This is Toledo Symphony Lab, a behind-the-scenes look at the world of classical music from WGTE Public Media and your Toledo Symphony. I'm Brad Cresswell. Joining me today are the Toledo Symphony's president and CEO Zach Vassar, principal second violin and artistic administrator Merwin Sue. We also have a special guest today, the TSO's principal trumpet, Lorraine Carpenter. And we expect to be joined shortly on the phone by our music director, Alain Trudel. So the concert we're talking about today is the Jupiter Concert. This is part of the Mozart in the Afternoon Welltower series. It's at the Valentine Theater this Saturday, October 27th, 2 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon. Alain Trudel's conducting. We also have piano soloist Ron Donk and trumpet soloist Lorraine Carpenter, who is here with us today. Hello, Lorraine.
Good morning.
You are playing the Shostakovich Piano Concerto No. 1. Now, what is a trumpet doing in a piano concerto?
Well, Shostakovich actually started writing that piece as a trumpet concerto.
Really?
Really. And when he sat down at the piano to work out a few things, it became kind of a double concerto.
Well, let's talk about Ron Donk, the piano soloist. You want to tell us a little about him, Maureen?
Absolutely. He's coming to us from the Cincinnati area, and it was a wonderful concerto when he did the Beethoven second concerto with us.
Yeah.
And it was one of those wonderful performances where something that is familiar in your ear just has a new sheen, a new gloss. And it was really, really impressive just to be part of the orchestra and just perk up, because everything was well thought out, but still seemed very unique. And I really, really thought he had a very great personal voice. So looking forward to seeing what he'll bring with Shostakovich.
Yeah. It's a great piano concerto for people who don't know, and it has all that, everything you expect from Shostakovich, especially at the very end. It just goes off the rails with this weird kind of, I mean, it's supposed to be sort of, neo-Baroque, I know, but it just sounds like crazy cartoon music. And
Yes.
the trumpet sort of adds that cartoonish feel to it. Would you agree with that?
It does, definitely.
I was thinking about this on the way in. Do you prepare any differently for this, since it's kind of a double concerto, than if it were just a trumpet concerto?
I listen to a lot of recordings, and I try to imagine what the pianist could possibly do to throw me a curveball. Because it's not just me up there putting my stamp on it.
Yeah.
It's essentially him. And I sort of get to go along for the ride.
Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to push ahead with the first order of business. Since Alain is not here, we don't need him for this segment. That's okay. You may remember a few podcasts ago when it was Trudel's debut, we spoke with Alain. We asked him a few questions. One of the questions that I asked him was about what his theme music would be. I want to bring that in so we can listen to it again. Okay, well, if you had a theme song, if you could walk around and have this music following you everywhere you went, and you had to choose just one, putting you on the spot here, what would your theme song be? What would be the Alain Trudel theme song?
Just one.
This is your walk-up music when you're taking the plate.
My walk-up music, like a wow, wow kind of thing, right? No. You know what? I would say one of those 70s really like funky music. You show up, like bump, 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 that kind of thing. That would be fun. Or if that doesn't work, maybe the Beethoven 6. So anything in between.
Well, I don't have Beethoven 6. But I do have 4 different choices here that we're going to vote on for Alain's new walk-on music, okay? So let me just give you an excerpt in order, all right? And you decide which one you like the best. Here we go. Okay, that's number 1. Here's number 2. Yeah, it's got the waka waka thing. Okay, here's number 3. This has a sense of suspense to it. Okay, here's the last one. This one's a little more creepy.
Halloween is coming.
Yeah.
Ooh. I was about to dismiss it, but then that really changed it.
That's a game changer right
It
there.
really was.
A little guitar. I'll let it play a little bit. Okay.
Brad, could I just surmise that this is the first time any of these 4 themes has ever been played on WGTE?
Yeah, definitely. As far as I know. As far as I know. Yeah. Maybe not the last time, though. So let's choose one, and then when we talk to Alain, we'll play his music for him. Right? Who votes for number 1?
I do, I think.
Who votes for number 2?
I do.
Oh, 2 for number 2? Wait, let me go back and hear number 2
There's
again.
just a little bizzounce to it,
Yeah.
and I really would love to see him do a little dance to this.
Yeah?
And the idea that any of these could sort of stop on a dime in one of those sort of Austin Powers close-ups
Yeah.
with him grinning at the camera.
And he has to wear a blue polyester suit when he walks on stage or
He
something.
usually does.
Yeah.
This is why you don't need the front row seats.
Okay,
People just
so-
presume it's a tuxedo, but actually it's blue. It's not even polyester. It's
Yeah.
felt.
All right. Well, number 2 it is then. So when Alain comes, when Alain calls, we'll start his theme music.
I hope he likes it.
Yeah, I hope so too. We'll find out. He may never call in for all we know.
Well, that was easy.
We can just, we can just play his walk-on music. I guess it's walk-off music too.
You just play it backwards.
Yeah, play it backwards. That'll work.
Probably sound very similar.
So the name of the concert is Jupiter, right? Jupiter with an exclamation point.
Which makes it Jupiter.
Exactly. Jupiter. And this is a nickname of the symphony. Mozart wrote his final 3 symphonies in the summer of whatever it was, 87 or 88, something like that.
It feels like it was later than that, maybe 1790.
He means 1988.
Oh, 1988.
Yeah.
Then I'm much earlier. I apologize.
Yeah, exactly. Get with the program here, Merwin. So he wrote these 3 symphonies, 39, 40, and 41. We don't know why. No commission. He just wrote them. And number 41, the final one, got the nickname of the Jupiter Symphony, because it came from, I think Mozart's son said it came from Johann Peter Salomon, the same gentleman who brought Haydn to London for all of his London symphonies. But they published like a piano version of it, I think, piano reduction, and they added Jupiter. That was common for publishers to add some kind of big nickname, to something. It's much sexier than Symphony number 41, right?
And it was usually done without the composer's endorsement or even involvement, right?
Right. Yeah.
Do we know if Mozart knew about the
Well,
nickname?
no, I think it was assigned after
Posthumous?
his death. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So, I have a little quiz, nickname quiz. These are 20 different pieces of music. All of them have a nickname, right?
I'll need a pen.
Now we don't have Alain here to play with us, so his loss.
Thank you.
These should be pretty simple because, there are some well-known ones on here and some not so well-knowns. So I'm going to say the nickname. Some of them are nicknames. Some of them were actually assigned by the composer. Some of them were not. And then you tell me what the piece is. Okay.
There are 20 of these.
There are 20 of them. Yeah.
How much of a name that tune moment do we get?
No, you don't get any named.
Oh, I know this one.
No.
This is Alain's walk-on music.
No, it's the beginning of Thriller.
Yeah, right. There we go.
Oh, wow, that was quite a transition.
How about
To our
Butterfly?
listeners,
Butterfly.
I
The
do
first one is
apologize.
Butterfly.
There's a
Well,
violin concerto, but I'm not sure if that's...
This is a piece for piano by Grieg or
Close. It's
Schumann?
an etude.
Yeah, by
It
Grieg.
starts, no, by Chopin. Chopin Etude, Opus 25, number
Chopin.
9. Yeah. Classical.
Prokofiev Symphony.
Symphony number
I can't do
1
this.
by Prokofiev. Company.
It's a musical.
I know, but it was also...
Oh, I know. Three's Company. Who is Jack Ritter?
It's the music. The music in the background. Come and knock on our door.
He'll be waiting for you.
Oh, no. No, Company is the nickname of the String Quartet number 2 by Philip Glass.
Oh.
Because it's music that he wrote for the Samuel Beckett novel of that name, which we
was
all know.
Inspired by Three's Company.
Exactly.
There we go.
Exactly. It all has come full circle. How about Concord?
Oh, is that Ives?
That is I.
Oh, right, yeah.
Piano Sonata number 2.
Nice.
How about, this should be easy for you, Merwin.
call it
Dissonance. Dissonance.
Mozart K465 Quartet.
That's right.
You're
Here's
bringing
another
the
easy
Kershaw
one.
number.
Here's another easy one. Emperor.
Beethoven.
There's a couple of different choices for that.
Well, what
Gotta
are
be
they?
Beethoven.
Let's go with the piano concerto.
Yeah.
Beethoven Piano Concerto. Which one?
Number 5.
5.
Number 5. How about, you'll know this, Inextinguishable.
Oh,
I
Nielsen.
Nielsen, not Ives. Well,
Greek.
sometimes you want to. Yeah, Greek. The answer is Greek.
Do you know which symphony
Well,
it is?
number 4. And
Number 4,
I
yeah.
remember attending a concert once where somebody misunderstood that the nickname was Inextinguishable, and he thought it was indistinguishable, and I'll never forget that.
It's like, I don't even know which Nielsen symphony I'm listening to.
I don't think I get the joke, is what he said.
How about Minute?
Minute
Is it a
Prelude.
waltz? Is it a waltz?
It could be
The Chopin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say Minute or Minute?
I would say Minute, but I also would say Concord earlier, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard it both ways, and I've heard, I've heard people say that it's supposed to be the Minute waltz because it's short.
But don't you get to decide as the
You are-
pronouncer
yeah.
in chief?
You are the
pretty
arbiter
much-
of good
we're
taste in
just-
Toledo, Brad.
I do.
So when you're going to
I-
play it, what do you say? Do you
it
say
doesn't-
waltz in A?
I've said it both ways. It just depends on the mood, But I have found that if I say Minute waltz, I usually get comments. So
Do you ever just try to play with people and pronounce it horribly, like minuit?
no, I'm like it's a little bitty waltz. It's the itsy bitsy waltz.
Obviously, he takes this responsibility very seriously, Zach.
Yeah, but it's interesting to see like how quickly different pianists or instrumentalists will try to play that waltz.
Right.
And if you actually get it in at a minute,
Yeah,
it sounds just crazy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. So
It's an old party trick.
yeah. How about Mishima?
I think this is Philip Glass too, isn't it?
Yeah, String Quartet number 3, Philip Glass.
We're just going in order.
It is well, we're going in alphabetical order here, right, for the titles. Now, Nordic.
That's a string quartet by Grieg.
Close.
Isn't it our fourth
It's,
Masterworks concert?
No, it's Sibelius?
It's a symphony by an American composer.
No. This is-
Well, I'm sure Havanis wrote a Nordic symphony.
Close. Howard Hansen.
Oh,
Howard Hansen,
wow.
Symphony number
You're very
1.
close. I'm
Wow.
gonna
was-
call shenanigans on that. I know there's something called that.
Here's a difficult one. How about Ocean? Ocean. This is a symphony. Can you guess the composer?
Billy Ocean.
His initials are A.R.
Anton Rubinstein?
That's right.
Wow.
That's
I
where you go with
tot-
AR?
Yeah.
Where were you going to go?
Arthur Rubinstein, obviously.
Yeah, Arthur. No, it was Anton. Okay, how about this? This will be easy. We'll see which one of you gets it first. Organ.
Sanson.
Cecil.
Yeah, right. Well, that was
Also music from Babe.
exactly.
The farmer does
That
the
is
little
a-
jig.
I love that
Yeah.
scene.
I love. Yeah, I kept thinking, why does that sound so familiar? And it's the organ symphony. But that theme is like the Dies Irae theme turned upside down. That's
Are
where
you serious?
Saint-Saëns got it. Yeah, because that whole symphony number 3, he wrote it. He dedicated it to Franz Liszt, and he took the Dies Irae theme da 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 da
yeah.
that Liszt used in so many different works, and he turned it upside down to make it like an affirmation of faith or what have you.
I know this isn't gripping radio, but my jaw actually just dropped.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but it really did happen.
Yeah, and I didn't even make that up. Okay, palindrome. Palindrome. This is by a very well-known composer.
That might be my favorite word I've ever heard you say.
Palindrome.
No, say it the other way.
This is a symphony. The initials are JH.
Joseph
Joseph
Haydn?
Haydn?
Joseph Haydn.
Wow.
That's right. His symphony number 47 is also known as the Palindrome Symphony. Because
I've
the
never heard
trio movement, halfway through, switches and does the exact, it does like a thing.
It was actually a software glitch, but then he liked it.
Yeah.
Pity he couldn't get to 55. I mean,
Okay.
that would be more appropriate than 47.
Okay, I'm looking
One
for
oh one.
at least 3 different answers to this one. Pastoral.
Oh, that's Beethoven.
Beethoven 6. That's one. There's also another Beethoven piece that goes.
Is
by
it a
Pastoral.
violin
It's a
sonata?
piano sonata.
Piano sonata.
And then there are 2 other symphonies.
Is
One-
Von Williams one of them?
That's
Oh, good
one of
call.
them.
Yeah.
There's Symphony number 3.
And I'm going to
Which-
go for Grieg.
Close. It's a G. It has a G. It's Glazunov.
Oh.
Symphony
That was
number
my
7.
7th guess.
How about Raindrop?
Oh, that's Chopin.
Yeah, Chopin Prelude, Opus 28, number 15, if you didn't know. How about Surprise?
That's Haydn.
Which makes me think back to the kazoo episode.
Yeah, but do you know which symphony it is? Number
94.
94.
I was going to
Good.
say 87.
And here's the last one. Trout.
Quintet.
Trout Quintet.
Lovely. By
Trout
Schubert.
Piano Quintet. Very good. I think Merwin actually wins
I think so.
that nickname.
It was the Anton Rubinstein thing.
Yeah,
Show off.
it was the
It's always
Rubinstein
such a
that
show
got
off.
us. Okay, well...
I don't say that when you
hang
win.
Hang on. I think we've got Elaine. Hang on.
Yeah, but you're the one over here with Kershaw numbers and opus.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi there.
Bonjour.
Elaine,
Bonjour.
have your ears been burning?
I'm so sorry. I got caught up in such bad traffic going to the airport.
That's okay.
Anyway, I'm in a quiet place now. Do you still have a bit of time?
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. We're actually in the middle of the podcast. One of the things that we did over the past few minutes was we listened to a few different selections for your walk-on music. And
okay.
yeah, and we
He sounds
voted.
so excited.
We voted on the one that
Yeah.
we like best.
We intend to interrupt your quiet place.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yes, sure.
Here it is.
I can hear it through the phone. Your knee is bouncing to the
I
music.
like it. Oh, yeah. I like the G flat. I like the I like the flat. Yeah, I like the flat 5. No. Yeah.
That's your response?
I like the flat 5.
Flat 5.
Wow. Spoken like a conductor.
Yeah. So now,
Yeah.
when you walk on stage,
Yeah.
we have to have like an orchestrated version of this, a symphonic version.
Oh, why? I mean, I say we get the drum set, the electric guitar.
Yeah, we could do it. We could totally do it. So anyway, that's your theme music now.
Okay, I'm good to go.
We figured that out
Bum, 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 bum. Like flat 5. I like the flat 5.
You're going to compose something to go on. I can tell where this is going already.
for you. I thought you were saying flat tire. You said flat
No.
5.
Flat 5.
Okay.
Flat 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so confused. But we'll let that play out.
Yeah.
No, these are actual
Okay, cool.
chords, not vocal chords. It's very confusing.
Well, we had a nickname quiz where we went through a list of 20 different nicknames. We already did that. You missed that part. But
okay.
but Merwin, I think, won the nickname quiz. What was the hardest one for
Finally,
you,
Merwin
Merwin?
gets an
Well,
Yeah.
you basically had us all stumped with the ocean one.
Ocean, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, do you know this one, Alain?
A symphony.
It's a symphony that has a nickname Ocean.
It's not very
The
well known.
nickname Ocean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa.
I know.
Yeah, right?
I
So
gave
he had to
the,
give us initials.
The composer's initials were A.R. So,
A.R. Arthur Rubinstein, I don't know.
yeah, Rubinstein.
But it was Anton.
Yeah, nice.
Anton
It
Rubinstein.
was Anton. That was the tricky.
Anton, sorry, Anton, yeah. Yeah.
That's okay.
Ah.
Merwin, your position is safe, Merwin. Just having one
Oh,
quiz
yeah.
this time around. Well, we have Lorraine Carpenter here, and we talked a little bit about the
Lorraine.
Shostakovich.
Hello, Alain. Bonjour.
Oh, I like that. You guys just talk for a while.
Ça va bien?
Oui, ça va bien. No, but maybe you don't know this, but Lorraine is actually very good in conversational.
No, I didn't know that.
In English, too.
Oh, yeah, she's
Yeah?
no, but
I
she's
think it's-
studied and everything.
I know.
You guys should read her bio.
You have a bio?
My cat wrote it.
Nice. Nice. Well, I want to talk about, in the time that we have remaining, I want to talk about this crazy Jupiter symphony, okay? This was Mozart's final symphony. We don't really know why he wrote it, right? There was no commission, what have you.
Absolutely no reason, yeah.
Yeah. And it just, it's sort of like Mozart had a free-for-all, especially at the end. He does this fugue, and I want to play some of the music here just so we hear it, and we can get an idea of what he does. But he has this theme, this da-da-da-da, which he used several times throughout his career, including his very first symphony when he was 8 years old. He used that theme. I like the idea of coming full circle, for him.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Now that is just crazy. I mean, if you really listen to it, he gets into this fugue pattern where it almost feels like if he just kept going, with that progression, they would just sort of like march off the stage out the door. Keep going, da da da, dee 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 dee. Right? I mean, where is that coming from? What are your thoughts on that, Alain?
Well, first of all, what's really interesting is the last three symphonies, 39, 40, 41, are probably the first instance of somebody saying, I really just this needs to come out. I need to write this. I need to express that what I have inside of me. And we're not yet in the romantic period, but there's definitely an individuality there. And it's not written, as you said, as a commission. And he's busy with a ton of other things, but that was Mozart, was always busy with many other things. And then, all of a sudden, those symphonies come out. It's really surprising. And of course, the fugue of the Jupiter, which is not the name he gave it, but of course, because of the sheer size and the length of the symphony, it's interesting because that last, as you said, for me, I've always seen it as coming full circle, having a very simple theme that he had in his first symphony, which I personally believe that he did right. And then when you go to 2, 3, 4, 5, around those, it really sounds like he had a lot of help from that. But the first one really, it sounds like pure Mozart, right? Yeah. You're already in an opera setting. There's a lot of drama in music, in Mozart's music. It's basically an instance of an opera composer writing symphonic music compared to his contemporary Haydn, who's how do you say, instrumentalist composer, if I can say like that writes for, oratorio sometimes and all that, but you can see it's purely for the instruments and the science of, how you put them together and then the different dance movements. But Mozart is always, if you go about it as if you're going to go conduct an opera, then you have the right style.
Yeah,
because Mozart, it's always, there's a certain, maybe it's his personality, right? And his life is it's like an opera. So anyway, and that, what I like about this last one, the fugue there, is that he brings back this thing, but then he has all this science and knowledge around it. Like you hear all this chromatic da 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 da, and which brings you, of course, to this harmonic march, right? That you said that it's funny because you were saying they could march out on stage. Yeah, because that harmonic march, as we call it, is really goes to places like that are getting further and further and further from the center. I think there comes a time where if you've honed your skills so much that you are in a sense of reception or perception of something that is more, that it's pure inspiration or whatever you want to call it, a higher power, that gives you a message, and you are more able to share that message without putting yourself in the middle. But you need to have, skills to incredible skills like Mozart, like Bach, like Beethoven and Brahms. Those people, that's why they work so hard at composing, is for those little moments where you're totally enlightened, and then all of this can come out. Because I'm sure when he got to that part, it becomes effortless.
I think that's one of the fascinating things is actually looking at the autograph of that. There's very, very few corrections. Something that complicated, that difficult, that challenging. It looks like it came from his mind, right out of his hands. didn't have to go through an editing process. It's stunning.
But did it come from his mind, or did it go through him? That's the big question. You know, like what's that book? It's called Interviews with Great Composers. Is it? It's by a violinist in the beginning of the 20th century, and he had a big interview with Brahms in it, and also with Strauss or Humperdinck. Anyway, and Brahms asked, he said, well, you can publish it, but 50 years after I'm dead. It's a good thing the guy was young. Yeah. but they talk about inspiration, and it's very deep, and it's not something people necessarily want to talk about because, you know, it's not really in fashion to believe in something bigger than yourself that might be spiritual, or I guess it has never been cool to talk about that, but it is. I mean, it is really the complete preparation of a lifetime for those moments where it actually comes through you. It's not, you know, it's of course Mozart's a genius, Bach is a genius. Well, Bach is more like God, but anyway. But it's for those moments you have to be ready when it comes.
Yeah. Well, we're just about running out of time. Is there anything else that we want to say about this concert that's coming up?
Well, if I may, the concept of Mozart bringing a friend to the concert was important to me when we put those programs together. Is that you come and you will hear something you know or that you think you know, because Mozart, you know, a symphony usually like people know very well, like even 40, you go, oh yes, and then the first movement, and then you discover the wonders of the second movement because you didn't go that far maybe in the listening. It's possible, but anyway, it's something that you feel very much at home with, and something you will discover. And the Shostakovich piano and trumpet concerto is something that maybe some people know a little bit less. And as Zach says often, there's the conversation you have coming in to the concert about repertoire, and there's the conversation you have coming out of the concert, going out after the performance. And it's interesting to see what people will keep from that. I mean, I'm sure Shostakovich will have a powerful effect. And the trumpet in that concerto is at the same time a bugle, a singer, a ballet dancer. It has all these wonderful overtones that it plays, and with the mute. I mean, it's really interesting, and it's. I'm just happy that I have the opportunity to put together programs that has that kind of difference in the styles and in the eras, but they really, really go well together.
Oh, great. And the trumpeter also is good at conversational French, we know. So
oui, extraordinaire.
That has to be a plus, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, but you know, it helps with the articulation if you speak.
Yeah, right.
N'est-ce pas, hein?
Ah, oui.
Well, the concert is it's this Saturday. The concert is entitled Jupiter. Now, if I was Victor Borge, I'd be like Jupiter, right? You do the punctuation
yeah,
with the exclamation point.
That's
Mozart in the afternoon. Afternoon being the key word. It's at 2:00 in the afternoon this Saturday. It's happening at the Valentine Theater. More information at ToledoSymphony.com or at 419-246-8000. That's the box office number. This program is a production of WGTE Public Media in collaboration with our sponsor, the Toledo Symphony. You can download episodes of this program as a podcast by going to our website. That's at wgte.org/lab. You can also subscribe to us through your podcast app of choice, including Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. My thanks to Alain Trudel, Zach Vassar, Merwin Siu, and to our special guest, Lorraine Carpenter. I'm Brad Cresswell, and you've been listening to Toledo Symphony Lab on FM 91.